Welcome to our deep dive into the differences between Gelli Arts and GelElf. We're comparing the two plates to see how they handle image transfers. First up, we'll test magazine transfers, then later in the video, we'll switch over to GelElf's transfer sheets. As you can see, we've already started. I'm using lamp black from Amsterdam paints for the transfer layer. This is a GelElf plate. I have placed a page from a magazine over the plate and I use a clean brayer to add pressure. I roll it approximately twice over the whole area. The next step is to lift a corner to make sure that the transfer has taken place. I made the mistake of adding a little bit more paint, so I need to place it back and roll a bit more. The paint in the top left corner was a problem area, not enough contrast. Remember, contrast is key to image transfers. Once I take the paper off, I have to let the paint dry as I don't want a mishmash. Do a quick touch test to make sure the first layer is not wet. We can now add our pickup layer. I'm just doing a basic two-color background. You can of course also paint over this to color your image before picking it up, but that is going to be a different video. Subscribe to make sure you don't miss it. Once I've rolled the paint, we're going to place paper and wait for it to dry so we can pick it up. In the meanwhile, we need to work on our Gelli Arts plate, which is on the left side. Since we're using a magazine, we have a limitation and have to use different images for both plates. This second image I found is really high contrast. I'm expecting good results from it. I know what you're going to say. This isn't going to give us a fair comparison, and I completely agree, which is why we're going to do another set after this where I try to find images that are similar to each other. I'm trying to use the same amount of paint as I did on the right side. That's another thing we're going to change in the next comparison. For magazine transfers, your paint layer needs to be really thin, but not so thin that it dries out and not so thick that the paint doesn't get picked up properly where it needs to. We're going to follow the exact same steps for this one too. I'm showing most of this in real time so you can see the amount of time it takes for each of these steps. The only places where I'm going to speed up things up a little are when picking up the print, and of course I'm going to skip the waiting parts because I don't want to bore you to death. Recently, YouTube has been stalling my channel and not even showing it to a lot of my subscribers. It is very demotivating. It is your comments and your likes that keep me going. So I hope you decide to leave one. I love hearing from you guys. Wow, as expected, this one looks really good even on the plate. Let's lift our GelElf print while this one dries. It came out pretty well given the circumstances and the image we used. I'm going to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit more about how this works. Even though we call it a transfer, it's technically a resist technique. The white spaces pick up the paint while the ink parts resist it. Depending on how dark they are, right up to pitch black, which resists it completely. And when I say completely, I say it loosely. This is why contrast matters. Let's see what we get. Oh wow, this has definitely come out beautiful in large part because of the image. I went to the magazine and found these two pages which are quite similar. This is the closest we're going to get with the magazine unless we have two of the same. This time I'm going to monitor the quantity of paint much more closely. In other words, I'm going to be very careful when putting it down on the plate. Make sure to brayer over it a few times so we have a smooth, even coverage. There are two reasons why I use a brayer once I have put down the magazine paper. One is obviously to add pressure. The other is to remove any air bubbles. If you see black splotches in your transfer, it's because of that. You can also use a baron. I remove it a little bit slowly to make sure that I haven't missed anything, but it seems pretty good so far. Let's get the same thing done on the other side. I want to share something interesting with you. I have a video dedicated to magazine transfers, and it was more like a discovery video where I showed you how I figured out the entire process. In that one, I started out with the GelElf plate and switched over to the Gelli Arts plate right at the end. My conclusion at that time was that Gelli Arts might be the better plate for magazines. However, I did not consider that it was my technique that had gotten better by the end. So this is actually a fairer comparison. You can now see both on the plate. What do you think so far? To be honest, I feel like both are on the same level, but let's get working on picking these up so we can see the actual comparison. This is the part I'm going to be speeding through a little bit as it is repetitive. Oh, the GelElf one looks pretty cool. And I know this was supposed to be a one color background, but I think my brayer still had wet paint on it and the black got mixed in a bit. The same thing seems to have happened to the Gelli Arts print, so I guess at least we're even. Do you feel there's a difference and one is better than the other, or do you think they're close enough? Let me know in the comments below. Now for a comparison that's actually going to be as close as it can get. We're using these GelElf transfer sheets. The same pattern is on both sides. We are going to start with the Gelli Arts one on the left and follow the steps from earlier. Since both sheets are thick and have the same glossy feel, the treatment is the same. You have to use a thin layer of paint and use the brayer to take out any air bubbles. GelElf was kind enough to send me these transfer sheets and also the 8 by 10 plate to review. They have not paid me any money and asked me to do an honest review. This is why I'm not going to tell you that one plate is better than the other. I'm going to let you see the results and decide. I hope you've seen my first deep dive video, which is all about using acrylic paints, fluid acrylics, and acrylic inks. We see some very interesting results and also some differences between the two plates. If you haven't seen that, I'm linking it in the description. Make sure to watch it too. I also have another video where I review the transfer sheets, and we also reverse paint in the second half of that video using both acrylic paints and soft pastels. It's a fun comparison to watch as well. I'm linking that in the description. Time to start picking up both our prints. Let's start with the one on the left. Not bad. Not bad at all. I love how the detail comes up with these sheets because there is so much ink on them. No wonder they're made specially for this. So here are both of them together. Same image, two different plates. What do you think? What is your conclusion? Do you feel like there's a difference between the plates, or do you think they're both good for this technique? I would love to hear your thoughts. I would also like to know which plates you currently own or whether you're looking to get one. I'm linking to both the videos I mentioned earlier right here on the screen, so you can just click and start watching them. If you like today's session, please make sure to subscribe and turn on all notifications so you don't miss out on future videos, and feel free to binge watch on the earlier ones. See you in the next one.